Hey everyone, how are you doing today? Going to come in and do this quick little video. I'll get it out in a second. This quick Facebook video live sharing why it's so important to be able to understand your energy. A lot of the times we just go through life and we don't really understand the significance of why it's so important to be able to know how to tune into your energy and to be able to understand what your energy feels like when it's at its most optimum level. So I wanted to be able to do this as a way to just help anyone that is feeling like their energy is just not vibing at the space where they want it to and not sure why and how to be able to bring those things back into balance. So we move about through life. Hey, Shana. Hey, Daniel. And we come into contact with so many people all the time, and we have old emotions and we have disruptions that come into our life, and they can create a lot of distortion within our energy fields. And the shitty thing about not being able to understand about what your own energy vibe feels like is because you can walk around with so many emotions and react to certain situations simply because you've picked up on other people's energy, and so therefore you have a disruption going on within your own energy and auric field. Hey Dorinda, hey Grant, hey Kayla. So this video live is about being able to understand the importance of knowing your own energy field. When you understand what your energy field feels like when it's at the most awesome, vibing, radiant space, then you can immediately become aware when your energy is outside of that perimeter and notice that there is a distortion or there is a disruption within your energy, and then be able to understand how to be able to go back and be able to bring it back into balance. Because when we have our energy field, when it is either connected to someone else's, or we have picked up on other people's stuff, or we have connected ourselves to old emotions from old past experiences, that is going to affect you on a mental, emotional, soulful, and spiritual level. And that in itself leaks out into every single area of your life. Hey, Jean-Marie. Hey, Matthew. So the importance of being able to understand what your energy feels like, hey, Dorinda, is to be able to become very, very conscious as to when it's not in balance, not when it's vibing your frequency. Because as we know, our energy creates the vibration of what we attract and magnetize into our world. So if you are vibing at a frequency that is not your own energetic frequency or your own energetic vibe, that means that you can be attracting things into your world simply because you've got other people's energy connected to you. And it's so super important to be able to know this so that you understand what you can do immediately to bring it back into balance. Because it's one thing to know when you're out of balance or your energy is not vibing at its natural velocity, but you need to be able to know how to bring it back into balance. So the first thing to do is the moment that you become aware that your energy is not yours. And that can show up in lots of different ways. You could feel really tired. You could have pain points. You could be reactive to situations. You could be constantly thinking about other people's problems. You could feel very irritated and angry and aggressive and want to have emotional outbursts. These are all very common symptoms of when you have walking around with a collection of other people's energy connected into yours, and it's linked into yours, and it's creating a distortion. It's almost like having when you're vibing at your most awesome optimal energy and it's your frequency, it's like having the radio tuned perfectly and you can hear everything on the radio. When we have connections to other people or have picked up other people's energy, it's like having the radio station out of tune and it's got all of that staticness. That's exactly what happens to your energy field as your energy field becomes static, so it becomes reactive and it starts sending out wavelengths out into the cosmos that therefore attracts other things that match that frequency. And that's a really, really crap place to be, because if you stay in that space for too long, it can move into really uncool emotional states of feeling like depressed, feeling isolated, wanting to move and stay away from other people. These are all things that can happen when you are not in your own energy field. So it's so important to be able to understand what your energy frequency feels like, and knowing, does it have a color? Does it have a special emotional connection to you, like when you're feeling at your most optimal energy, does it emanate an emotional response within you? Do you feel even more happier? Do you feel more calm? Do you feel more balanced or centered? These all give you indications as to when you're out of balance or if your energy is disrupted. So the very first thing to do, hey Janine, hey Jason, if you become consciously aware that your energy is not all of yours, is to either grab a sage stick or a Palo Santo stick and just go over your energy, go around your body, up over your head, down your back, down to the very ends of your fingertips, and also lift up your feet and do underneath your feet. Sage and Palo Santo are a really great way to clear away any energy that is not yours. And so that is a really very cool thing to do. And it's something you can do it immediately, and it takes a couple of moments to do, and that will reset and restore your energy back to your own vibration. So that's the first thing to do. The second thing is to get outside and ground your energy. Mother Earth is a natural absorber of any negative energy, and especially energy that is not of yours, because when it's negative, your energy, when it's vibing at its optimum, is a positive energy. When we collect other people's, it becomes a negative energy because it's not of your frequency. So Mother Earth has this really, really wicked way of being able to absorb any negative energy that is not yours. So just going outside, sitting on the grass, walking around, getting outside in nature. If you want to go hug a tree, if you want, these are all really great ways in which to be able to neutralize that negative energy that could be circulating and vibrating through you, and so that it can again reestablish balance and harmony back to your own frequency. So that's the second thing. The third thing is, some people are really accustomed to using crystals when they are wanting to protect their energy. And that's really very cool. And there's a whole array of wicked crystals out there that you can use to be able to do that. But it is super, super important to be very mindful that if you are wearing crystals against your skin or using them as a protection shield, that you must cleanse them every single night. Because if it's touching your skin, crystals can amplify the energy. Hey, Michael. Crystals amplify and pick up any energy. So if you're using crystals specifically to protect you from negative energy, that crystal has stored it. It is held onto it, and if you don't clean it and clear it that night and then pick it up the next morning and put it in your bra or put it in your pocket or something, you are only picking up a crystal that is then vibing at negative energy, and therefore it is going to you're going to absorb that back into your energy field. So with crystals, you can either put them outside on the grass for them to be neutralized as well overnight, or you can use the sage or Palo Santo to cleanse and purify them. You can also hold the crystals in your hand and set an intention into them that the crystal is cleansed and clear of any negative energy, and it is restored back to its optimal healing benefits of that crystal, so that it is clean and charged for you to wear the next day. So these are three really, really important things to be able to do in order to help you to be able to understand if your energy is out of its natural frequency and how to bring it back into alignment. And then practice. You have to learn how to protect it. You have to learn how to practice protecting your energy and shielding it, so that this doesn't become a common occurrence for you on a regular basis, or else it will have a massive disruption in your whole life in every area of your world. And it's really uncool, because you go through these moments where you just go up and down like a yo-yo when your energy is affected by other people. So you can also do set the intention that any energy, the moment if you notice that your energy is not yours fully, that you can set that intention. And when I say set the intention, it's setting the intention to your soul. It's setting that intention to the universe, to your guides, to anyone else that you call out to for support, to be able to ask them to come in and dissolve and delete any energy that is not of yours. So that's the fourth thing that you can do, is set that intention and just sit and allow yourself to be in a state of receiving, to heal and to allow your body to either dissolve that energy or delete it immediately. So therefore, again, it's always about being able to reintroduce yourself back to your own natural frequency so that you are vibing at your most awesomeness as much as possible. And these things will have a much greater effect of you, because then you'll be able to attract the things that you want to. You'll be more in flow. You'll feel more aligned. Things will be easy for you to be able to go through your day and accomplish the tasks that you want to do, because all parts of yourself are completely on point with whatever you're doing at that time. So and most importantly, if you are picking up other people's energy all the time, even if it's done on an unconscious level, that is going to have a detrimental effect on your physicality, as in you'll find that you'll get more colds and flus, you'll feel more aches and pains, you'll feel not inside of your body. And so therefore it affects you on that physiological level where you're always getting sick. And that is a really great indicator if you notice that you're always got aches or pains, or you've got colds or flus and you're just feeling run down all the time, that somewhere within your energy field there is a disruption and another person's energy has connected onto yours. And the moment that you have awareness to it is the moment that you can do something about it through any of those 4 channels that I spoke about, which is the Paleo Santo and the Sage, the grounding, crystals, and setting the intention to dissolve and delete any energy that's not yours. So I really hope that this has all given you all something really mindful to be able to take away, be able to check in with yourself, to be able to even just go away and explore what does your energy feel like when it is at the optimum level, when you're vibing your most awesomeness, so that you can become attuned to that. So that becomes your normal, so that you start recognizing it and being able to go, this is where I'm at my highest potential, is when I'm vibing my own frequency. Because every single person that walks this earth has their own vibrational vortex, their own vibrational frequency. And that is what we want to become accustomed to being in a space more of, is being in our own frequency. So sitting in, getting used to learning what that feels like for you. Does it have a color? What are some of those types of associations, so that you can become more aware when you are outside of those perimeters and go in and do these things to be able to restore balance on a whole holistic front of mind, body, soul, and spirit, and therefore be in a beautiful state of always being able to be tuned into your energy, because your energy is a way in which we receive intuitive guidance. So if your energy is affected by other people, sometimes you can pick up intuitive stuff that's not yours. So therefore that's consuming more time and energy and emotional and mental space within your whole beingness. And ain't nobody got time for that. So I hope this has all given all of you something to be able to walk away with, and feel free to share. So take care, and remember, learn to protect your energy. Understand that it is the most vital aspect about yourself, because your energy shows up before you even have a chance to speak. So we want that moment to be in a space where we are vibing our own vibrational frequency that is ours, that's designed for you, and that is where you learn to be at your highest potential on a regular basis. So much love, and take care.